Hi there. I'm a born and bred New Englander, and I've lived in Massachusetts all my life, yet I've enjoyed a low country crab boil as much as any southerner. It's an easy way to make a ton of food for a huge crowd of people. Of course, these days you can't help but notice that seafood is expensive. And that's why I came up with this simple substitution, and I can't give this dish any name other than low country chicken stew. It has the ingredients you'd find in a seafood boil, except that we substitute chicken for the seafood in order to save on cost. When I made this dish for the cast iron cooking group on Facebook, it was immediately commented that tomatoes don't go into a low country boil. And that's true, but that's why this is a stew more than a boil. With a seafood boil, you bring a huge pot of water to a rolling boil, toss in all of your ingredients, and quickly boil them until they're done. Here, instead of boiling it in water, we make a tasty stew of tomatoes and broth and gently simmer our ingredients on the stovetop for 2.5 hours. Best of all, like a low country boil, it gives you a huge pile of food, easily enough to feed an entire gathering.
The first step is to prepare our sauce. None of the ingredients here are especially expensive, and all you need to do is mix together crushed tomatoes, brown sugar, Worcestershire sauce, and, of course, Old Bay seasoning, together into a simple barbecue-style sauce. The Old Bay gives it plenty of flavor, but if you want some extra kick, you can add your favorite hot sauce as well. Mix in salt and pepper to your taste, and now you're ready to do some cooking.
Good excuse to break out fancy chef's knife.
From here, we slice up 2 onions, then cut red potatoes into large pieces. Cut up a pound of kielbasa, or smoked sausage if you prefer, and then we break several ears of corn into thirds, or halves if you like them big. Now, we take out 5 pounds of chicken pieces. I prefer dark meat, and we're using chicken thighs in this dish because they happen to be on sale, but you can use any chicken pieces you want. For a stew of this kind, we always start by sautéing some minced garlic. This will add flavor to the additional ingredients. Add in the sliced onions, and stir them until the onions are soft and caramelized. Dump the chicken into the pot and stir it on all sides until the outside of the chicken is brown. Next, we add our tomato sauce. And it's just a matter of adding the sliced sausage, then mixing in the red potatoes, and the corn pieces. Add 4 cups of chicken broth, enough to cover most of the stew. We cover the pot and let it simmer for 2 hours. Be sure to stir it every 20 to 30 minutes. After 2 hours, stir in half a pound of mushrooms. You can slice the mushrooms if you want, but I like them whole to go with the other large pieces in this dish. Cover the pot once again and simmer for another 20 minutes to cook the mushrooms. And at last, it's ready to serve. It's true, this dish isn't something you'd want to dump onto a table covered with newspaper. However, this stew can be served with traditional additions, such as rice or cornbread. If you've had fun at a seafood boil during the summertime, you're certain to enjoy this dish during the winter, when it's certain to stick to your ribs and keep you warm. Of course, a dish like this is good for supper at any time of the year.